All right. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning.
I wanted to, Bri and Jackie have been so successful with their Facebook classes and their nail bars that we wanted to bring them on for just a few minutes and have them share some things that they're doing. And they're not doing the Zoom nail bar. They're doing a typical Facebook class, which is what we did before um, we went into quarantine. We would have a new stylist come in and they would do a nail bar in person, and then they would also invite all their girls that didn't get a chance to come in person to their Facebook nail bar. Well, obviously times have changed and we are pivoting and doing things a little differently, and Jackie and Brianna paired up, and they just kind of took some tweaks, and I'm going to let them explain it and what they've done. And I want it to be interactive. So if you guys have questions, I want you to feel free to ask them. And I want them just to share with all of us steps that you've done in order to create a successful nail bar. And if you guys would be willing, I didn't even ask you, and I should have asked you beforehand, but if you'd be willing to share your graphics and the things that you've already created.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can put those into maybe a Google Doc with the photos and the verbiage that they're using in their
I have one of my Facebook parties up on Facebook right now too, so I can share the screen while we're going through to
that's
just kind of make it easier to see it instead of visualize.
Perfect. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to let you guys, and I just want to say something too. So you guys, Brianna enrolled. What was the date you enrolled?
20th?
The 20th of March. And on April 8th, which was 4 days ago, she hit senior stylist. I am so proud of her. She just
I BQ'd and hit senior stylist within the same hour.
So I just want to say that to me is so awesome. I mean, none of us have done that on our team. None of us. So you guys are the first ones to just absolutely kill that. And so that was
Jackie's going to hit senior stylist this month, and I'm going to hit team lead. It's happening.
Yes,
it's happening.
Believe that. And so I wanted you guys to feel their energy too, because this really, when you guys enroll somebody that is just as excited as you are, you get to see the possibilities of what can happen with your team. And this is just so exciting. So anyways, I'm going to let you guys take it away and share your screens, share your tips and tricks, and go for it.
All right. So Jackie and I had parties scheduled on the same day, which was actually really nice because for probably a good 3-4 days prior to the parties, both of us were busy making our canvas, typing out what we wanted to type out. We both saved what we wanted to say and like the posts kind of thing that go with each picture. We both typed those out ahead of time. We had them in a separate document. I had them in notes on my phone / like my iPad, and Jackie has them in a Word doc where we both are kind of like, well, we might just do all of the above depending on whether you're on your computer, on your phone, or wherever you are. And really, I need to plug in my computer. We took the time like way before it to really prep for it, and it was really nice because again we were doing it together, and it was like we looked at that band party guide, and it starts on day 0, which is the day that you create the event or the group and you put your first post up. Then it's day 1, then it's day 2, and then day 3 is party day. So her and I were both on the same page of what day is it? Today's day 0. We got to post this up. What's it? Today's day 2. We got to post it. Okay. So really what we found was just being very organized and very prepared for it really helped us with, like, I had a party, what's today? Saturday? I had a party Thursday night and I have a party tonight. And doing all of that front load work that her and I did at the beginning of the week leading up to our party on Wednesday, it's been so easy to post for my other 2 parties this week because it's already done. So we created all the graphics, we typed out everything that we wanted to type out, and it is literally just posting on either your event or your group page. And we did both. I did events, Jackie did a group, so we kind of saw benefits and not benefits and pros and cons of both, which was really nice. And we just were able to kind of bang them out, and now we've got such a rhythm to it that they're easy. So I did an event, and one of the positives of the event is that people get the reminders that the event's happening. So it takes a little bit less off the hostess to keep reminding people. Yeah, Jen was in the party Thursday. And I'll share with you guys the party and what it looks like and stuff like that. It is a lot of work ahead of time, but once it's done, the great part is that it's done. So I'm just going to share my screen. Jackie, if you want to kind of explain your group that you made.
Yeah, sure. So like Brianna said, it's broken up into 5 days. 3 or 0, 1, and 2 are your pre-party days, where it's like we kind of nickname each of our days to help us remember easier, because funny side note, Brianna and I were like, day 0 should just be a day 1, not a day 0, but that's another thing. So our day 0 is our housewarming, and basically what we do in this day is we create the party, we set up our party description, or what to expect. And the reason that we have this all set up is prior to your hostess inviting all of her friends in, they want something, or we want something loaded in for them to have interaction with as soon as they get in. So the goal is to not necessarily keep them constantly informed, to try and keep them constantly engaged throughout the entire party. That way, or throughout the pre-party, that way when it comes time to party, everyone's excited because we have that suspense build up. As Brianna said, she did an event, I did a group. I find that I like personally being able to schedule my posts rather than have to sit there and upload them. The downside with the one that I just did is following the party guide itself, they say that the party's going to take about a half an hour. So there are 6 party posts that you have, not counting the posts that you put up that day before the party, just like reminding them about the last early bird post, or 30 minutes before party time, 15 minutes before party time. You have 6 posts within the party itself. So you have the check-in, which requires everyone to be engaged and participating in order for them to get anything. And then, you know, a little informative post, a game, time to look at some pictures and figure out what it is that they like, do a little retail therapy, the value that you get out of being a stylist, and then they have a catching up post. So at the end or at the beginning, your very first post or check-in is marked as an announcement or pinned, which you can do either in a group or in an event. In an event, you'd pin it. In a group, you'd mark it as an announcement. That way, anyone who joins your party late is going to see that post at the very beginning. Once you get through that half an hour and you get to your catching up post, you're going to switch gears and you're going to put your catching up post pinned to the top or marked as an announcement. That way, anyone who joined late not necessarily missed what was going on.
It sounds like a lot, but
it's really simple.
Really, like once you have it set up, like I said, like all of these, so you guys can see my screen, yeah?
Yeah.
The Facebook group, okay, or the event. So like this is that catching up post that Jackie's talking about. So what I did is all of this is typed out already in my notes on my phone, which correlates to my notes on my computer, which correlates to my notes on my iPad. So all I do is I copy and paste into the event, and I have all of my graphics saved as photos. So when I upload things, it is just copy, paste, put the picture in. The difference is where you have to have your party links. That's kind of where you have to make sure you're catching it. And then here too, like you have to have the hostess name. So like on mine, my notes, then where the name goes, I have a line to kind of click in my brain, like, oh, I have to put someone's name there. And then the same thing with the link. I have a line there to show that I have to swap out the link. Lua, you are driving me up a wall right now. Sorry.
Brianna's a crazy cat mom.
Yes,
If
look
you
at
didn't
this.
know that already.
Get out. Sorry. So it does. It sounds like a lot. And when I first read that band party guide, it is very easy to get overwhelmed by it. So I'm going to kind of show you what I did. Lua, I'm going to smack you. Stop it. So what I did is I use my GoodNotes. Jackie used a pen and paper. Don't feel like you have to use GoodNotes. And I took, this is hard for you guys to see, but I took a page and I separated it. Day 1 or day 0 is this post. Day 1 is this post. Day 2, day 3, 4, and then after. So I wrote it out. Excuse me. I wrote it out so that I knew ahead of time this is what I had to create each day. And then really, once you type it all up and you save it, it's a little easier to follow. Like if I can pull up, apparently I don't have my notes on there. But so I'm going to start from the top here. So in my notes, I have my party posts. And here's like my very first one. Then actually, is that? No, sorry. So the top part is what I put into the event description. And then, if you can see it, it's like my first post into the party. And then I have it set up where party post 2. And it goes all the way. And then you get to 30 minutes before, 15 minutes before. And then what I did is I separated it to party posts.
Hey, Bri,
What?
can I ask
Yeah.
you a favor?
Jackie and I are already working on typing it up into a Word document that we can share.
Thank you,
We
ma'am.
are just both very OCD as to figure out if we want all of day 0 posts in one page, all of day 1 post. Like we need to take our OCD and make sure it's organized the way our brains want it to be. That makes sense.
Amazing.
It'll be color coded too.
Yes. But we are way ahead of you, Nikki. But yeah, so I'm gonna kind of go through the event itself because it just makes it so much easier.
God.
So this here is that initial check-in, or not check-in, the initial post that you put up. When you create the event, before you start inviting people, this is what you put up. You can make a graphic. This is the one I chose. Jackie has some others. I did the background based on my hostess, what her party name is. And then you put in, what do you expect the night of the party? And it's all about getting comfy. You don't have to leave your house. You can, throw your bra across the room, that kind of thing. So that is up the very day, the first day that you create your event. And you are going to create your event, I think it's 2 days. So day 0, day 1, day 2, day 3. So it's 3 days before your party is when you create your event. That is considered day 0.
And this is the pin, or this is the post that is
yes.
set up for everybody to see.
So
as
for
you're
me, I
going
would
through.
go to my 3 dots and I would hit pin post. Or in a group, you would click those same 3 dots and you would hit make announcement.
So, Bri, just to be clear, that is the pinned post until after the quote party is over.
Yes.
And then after the party is over, you actually pin that
Another
last post on
Yes.
catching up.
Yeah.
Got it.
So then this is the first post for day 1. It's a little bit of, it's like a call for interaction. You ask people what is their nail style, just to get an idea of your group. And as you can see, like Jackie and my hostess were the only 2 that commented. This is where we find that it's all about who the hostess is, how engaged your hostess is, how much they're talking to their people they invited, how excited they're getting their people. And that's where that is.
Right. In my
yeah.
group, sorry, just before you move, in my group where Bri had 2, I had 6 out of the 18 participate, but not only just comment something, banter back and forth with each other. And then I felt the need to sift through the comments. Like one of the girls posted a bare hand and she was like, nothing, sadly. And I was like, it looks like you're going to get nailed, winky face. And they were like, ha ha ha, that's so funny. So you have to just read the room pretty much.
Yeah.
So do you guys think that that post would be a good one to actually text the hostess and say, hey, why don't you tag some of your friends that you
Yep.
invited and say, hey, what's your opinion on it to get
Yep.
okay.
Absolutely.
I was
The other thing that BAM party guide has is what to send your hostess. So Jackie and I are also working on typing up the messages that go to your hostess on like what they can say, like a script for them that they can share with their friends. Hey, would you like to come to the party? Because we also don't want people just dumping people into the party, just like our VIP groups. We want strategic invitations. So we're also working on what you say to your host throughout the week kind of thing. So this is that first post of day 0. And then the second post is about you, like you as your stylist kind of thing. So I just made this on Canva. I typed in things about me. And then I was, again, little call for interaction. Tell me 1 or 2 things about you. And like I said, no one commented on mine. But again, it's all about your host and how much she's interacting with the people.
What's fun with these posts, and I don't know how many of you have looked at the BAM party plan, but they recommend a bunch of different things. And depending on, how well you know the hostess, you can switch this. I just did this for my, one of my family members. Like, she was the one we did the party for, and for all of her friends and everything. And in this post in particular, I included how I knew her. So I was, I love her, blah, blah, blah. Now it's your turn. Tell me something about you. And how do you know the hostess? Reason being is sometimes people aren't so willing to share something else about them, but people might jump on I met Rachel in high school, or our kids play at the park together, or we go to the same preschool. So it underlyingly puts more than one way to have that call for interaction in there and keep people engaged and having fun.
Now, sorry guys, I switched to one of the events that I already had, like that is over and everything is fully in there. So I wanted to show you this. Like, I actually created this event, I think it was a day earlier than what I was like quote unquote supposed to. So I did again, this hostess was a little bit more engaged in her party. So I did this as the what to expect. And then the next day I had nothing to post. So I just did a little fun, like, what's your color street name? So you can set these up a little bit in advance, but you don't have to. But if you do, know that you can put up a silly game or whatever. And again, you can see I have some pictures of what people are like. And again, it's all about how much your hostess is engaged. So then after you do your stylist post, then the next day, right? Next day? Yes. Okay. So anyway, then you do a game of who knows the hostess best. And one thing that we really liked adding was they do a scavenger hunt. And what they do is they go onto the party link and they have to find what they think is the hostess's favorite shade. But what this does is it A, exposes them to the party link ahead of time, and B, gets them familiar with how to navigate. So if they have any questions come party, they can ask those ahead of time. And then again, you might get some early orders and things like that. So we just added that in for this post. But again, it's just, simple stuff. And if they engage, all of this engagement is entries into the grand giveaway kind of thing. Then the day before the party, you have what's called an early bird special. So what you do is you give them 1 day to shop early, and if they get there buy 3 get 1 free, they get a twosie or an accent nail for free. You don't call them samples, like free samples during this, because you want them to feel like they won something or they got something. So you tell them, or that they get 2 free accent nails. So they order this and they get this. So that's why I put purchase these, snag these. And again, it's that party link thing. And what's really nice is this kind of gets your orders kind of flowing and gets people excited. And this is that great time to then flip your hostess, where you can say, this person was Brittany, and I say, hey, you have 2 people that have already ordered through this, and it's the day before. Are you interested in becoming a stylist? Because then all of these people would then go right under you, and you would kind of talk to them that way and try and flip your hostess into a stylist. Then that night, the night before the party, they have like a what's cool kind of thing. So we did the Color Street Foundation, and we talked about how every month they have an awareness shade, and we just put a link to the party / the page where those awareness shades are. And again, people can just have that opportunity to look, but it's just something else that is another of, well, why Color Street? And then, excuse me, then here's the day of the party. So I used the Frozen pictures. Obviously, you use whatever you guys want. But then after I did this, I realized that after this scene in the movie, she goes, oh, it's Coronation Day. So for me, I put, it's party day. Like, so I kind of made that Disney connection in my head. But again, it's just something fun. It's something silly for them to engage in. How many times did you hit the snooze button? And then afternoon party day, or actually you can see like I had some people comment like, I can't make it, or can't wait to see you. What can we do? Then you do midday of party day. You do a like what's happening in Color Street kind of thing. I do the spring collection here. I think Jackie did check out the Petites and the Petties collection. I think in the band party guide, it also talked about like, check out our new Christmas collection or holiday collection. So you can judge this post based on whatever is new or exciting in Color Street. So I decided to do the spring collection because it's what just came out. Then you've got 30 minutes before, and this is kind of where you get creative and fun. So we just talked about like no need to shave your legs, like lock yourself in the bathroom, bonus points if you tell us who you're locking yourself away from, kids, in-laws, husband. And then we talk about the party will be fast, so don't miss out. And then you do a 15-minute warning, go pee, pause the show, do whatever you need to. And then you've got check-in. Now, the first night I did this, all you do is you tell people to put in the comments your favorite GIF of like saying hi. And that's what some people started to do. I'm going to try and pull this up. So then people just start with, hello, I'm here. I put in a GIF so that people could understand like that's what I meant. Well, then it turned into a whole GIF war.
Forever.
Like, this went back and forth.
That's such a good idea.
Like, and it really turned into and one of the cool things was like the hostess's mom didn't know how to do GIFs before this. And then she figured out this was Jackie and the hostess going back and forth with this stupid thing. So on my next party, what I did is I actually added into my text up here, I added a comment about it becoming a GIF war. I think I said like brownie points for those that start a GIF war or something like that, just because it was very entertaining. So you give them about 5 minutes to check in, and this is where Jackie and I both saw differences. So with a group, you can schedule posts. So that is really, really great for when you might have to run and do the dishes like 5 minutes before you got to get, your party going, whatever. And the check-in post is one that you want exactly at the time of your party. So you want to that thing needs to be posted exactly at 8 o'clock. So for me, I had to sit there and kind of watch my clock go down. For Jackie, she had her post scheduled. So pros and cons to that scheduled is she pre-scheduled all of her posts before the party for every 5 minutes.
Right.
I couldn't do that in the event. So a positive to being able to schedule it is if you're not available, or if you, the day of the party, got trapped and, oh no, I got to go do something at the time of the party, you can schedule all your posts and you don't have to be there. Like that's a really good side of it. Go ahead, Jackie.
Here's the thing with scheduling your posts though, and I learned this the hard way because it got crazy. So trying to stick to that about half hour mark it's going to be tricky. If people aren't as engaged, or like you just have, everyone knows that party where they have those people that are just like, okay, we're here, like we're just scrolling through. And then you have a party like this where we spent 15 minutes on the check-in part and we were just going back and forth having a grand old time. The hard thing with me, I was like, okay, so 30 minutes, that means a post about every 5 minutes. And that's what I did. I pre-scheduled all of my party posts every 5 minutes. People were still on post number 2 as my game went up, and my game shouldn't have went up. So in the future, what I do now is, instead of scheduling those posts every 5 minutes, I might schedule it every 10, every 15 minutes, just to make sure if they're going to take, 8, 9, 10 minutes on that one post, and they're still going to be really engaged there, I'm not rushing it and I'm not risking missing a post or not getting the engagement that I want on another post. The upside to that is I'm not risking, again, missing that engagement, but I can always go into my scheduled post and click post now, rather than, oh my God, I have to go in and reschedule the post because they're not ready to see it yet and I need to push it back before it goes off. So there was times where I was like, I wish I had a meme for that. We should have made a meme.
So that's one thing that's pretty good about not scheduling the post, and like that I found with the event, is I was able to post my pictures and things. Oh, my internet's unstable. Whatever. When, like, at the right time, like I was able to judge my people to post something rather than having it pre-scheduled. But like Jackie said, in a group, if you schedule it, you can always go back and make it go faster or slower depending on the engagement. So then after the check-in, it's a quick, and both of us just took this right off the Color Street website. They say to try and make your own, but the two of us are still like practicing what's the best way for each of us. So we just took it right from the website, how to apply. And you see like a couple of people say like it looks really easy. Again, you get interaction by having people post what they thought was cool, if they had any questions about it. And then after that, so this was something that the video is about 35 seconds. So this I could have posted 10 minutes after my check-in, or I posted it, and it's not something that takes a long time. So as you can see, like my check-in post was at 8 o'clock. This post was at 8:05. Then this is the game that Jackie was talking about. This was at 8:10. Now this game, it took Jackie and I a very long time to figure out this game. Pretty much what it is that everyone in the party claims a win they had that day. So whether it's folded,
only the people that want to play.
Oh yes, only the people that want to play. So they claim a win. So I folded the laundry the same day I washed it. This one said washed my hair, cooked dinner, wore a bra all day, put on shoes or matching socks. This is different for Jackie and I based on the fact that Jackie's in New York, so everyone's wearing socks still because it's cold. Brittany, you're laughing because you're the same way. But down here, we don't wear shoes half the time. So that's why I said put on shoes or matching socks. Then this is a great one for now because it says actually got dressed, not just from day pajamas to night pajamas because we're in quarantine. Didn't need to reheat my coffee. I ate my kid's snack or a snack I shouldn't have eaten, and then shaved my legs. Some of them, you can get as creative as you want. But like for us, wore a bra all day. Now we're in quarantine. We're all home. Like that is far and few in between of people who actually do that. So you can see in the comments, people can claim their win. And then you jump on and you say, okay, they've been claimed. But one thing that Jen had noticed in my party the other night is the way you have to kind of word it. So if I was to do this differently, I probably would have said like, wearing a bra has been claimed by Jackie. Folded the laundry has been claimed by Denise. So I probably would have worded it a little differently because when I was wording it this way, Jen thought I meant those had already been taken. So just kind of watch the way you word it.
Right.
And again,
I responded directly to the comment of the person that posted. So you see how it says reply right next, like right underneath my name. So, and the reason that I did that initially was just in case somebody posted the comment at the same time. The comment that I commented on was the one that was locked in. or
Right.
you just add the person's name in. It just gets a little tricky because if people are really into it, they're posting it so fast. So I might not necessarily have the to get it all in there, whereas I just click reply, claim, reply, off limits, whatever.
Right. So then the point of this, and you put in your comments the rules. This is the best way for us to book parties from parties. So if you, pretty much what happens is every sticker has a prize that goes with it. And people, I'm going to try and find the one on my photos that I did the prize with it. But it's the way you get people to host from your hosting. So I don't know if you guys can see me, but here's now the flip side, and this gets posted later. And I'll show you kind of a little further up. But people get a prize. They either get a prize or they're called to host a party within the next 30 days. So that's why you say it's completely voluntary, because if they don't want to host a party, then don't play, because they don't know what their prize is until the end of the party. So that's the adulting game. Again, that's probably the most confusing part of this whole thing, and we can go into a lot of other details about that, but it might make sense when I show you the last post. And then you put up your shopping post, and what we did, or actually Jackie and I did this a little differently. What you want to be able to do is you want to give them an album that they can look through to create like a wish list before they post. Oh, and Squirrel, you can see here, I posted this one at 8:10. Instead of 5 minutes later, I gave them 10 minutes. So I controlled when this post went up based on my engagement in the game. So if you click here, it brought them to my All-Star page or my VIP page, where they could shop, quote unquote, or just look and create a wish list of all different manis and petties. And they can, like, you can see some people commented on, nope, not that one. I think it was, which one did I do? Not the Coming Up Rose Gold, whatever. So people were able to go in and comment which ones they liked. Then it also gave you an opportunity, I think it was this one, to see, yeah, so like my hostess really loved this one. So it gives you an opportunity to see people's styles. So the people who win your giveaway or your hostess for a hostess reward, you can get a feel of what they like. And then they go back to your party and they can go on the shopping page. There it is. And then so if you saw something that a friend would like, you could tag your friend. And it also gets them to your VIP page, where if they joined the VIP page, they got some extra bonuses for the giveaway. And then here is the party link. So it's a lot of information in one post, but more of the story is you want them to be able to see the party link. Then what I did, oh, actually you can see it. I put in the link in the comments to the direct party in case people missed it in here. So, because if you don't click see more, you don't see the whole post kind of thing. So it's just a way for people to see both the website, like the party link, and just many ideas kind of thing.
The way I did this, and the only reason I did it differently, initially I had my post set up to do the same thing. I had the album loaded in my VIP group and it brought them directly there if they clicked on it. After the post went up, I was like, I don't like that you can't see the pictures right here, because for somebody to want to read through all of that person, it risks, I don't feel like going there right now, or I'm just going to see what the next thing comes up. And then they miss out on a whole part of this. And the whole idea of this is to get so many visuals in front of them that it's, oh, I want this one, or I want that one, or that one's pretty, whichever. So what I ended up doing was I ended up having just the album loaded on my computer. And then when it was time, this was the only post that I had pre-scheduled, but I ended up taking it down and then re-putting it up, because I loaded all of the pictures into the group itself. That way everyone could see all the pictures and be like, whoa, and click on the picture to go through and like them. Everything that's in here is really up to your guys' discretion. So if you feel that you're going to have people clicking on your links, then absolutely go for it. Have the link in there. If you're not sure, then I would say put the pictures in, because it's more enticing to see it right in front of you rather than, I don't know what I'm clicking into. I didn't really read that whole paragraph, blah, 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 blah.
Right. So, and again, I made all of these in my Canva. So even the pictures and everything, they came from Canva. So you give them time to shop. Then you put up a quote unquote best value of all. This is some information about being a stylist. What the heck? Sorry, my mom's calling me. And they can ask you anything. So like Jackie had someone in her party ask her about if there was a quota every month that you had to reach for being a stylist. So this is where you can have your business information be shared. And again, people can just ask questions, they can get information about being a stylist, but it is all based on what they want. You put it up there, and if anyone wants to know, they can ask. And then you also know who you might want to follow up with to host a party that you might be able to then flip the hostess. And then you put up any thank yous to the people who purchased, and you put up what manis they bought and something you might really like about them, or just a quick comment. I just put in the words or the names of each, so that if people saw this, oh, I really like that, they know where to go on the website. So you just do thank yous. And then, hold on, I got to go back to the top. So then, sorry, this is my pin post. Then you pin up this, the last post of the night is go claim a thing from your adulting game. Like, here's your catch-up post. And this is the post that replaces that welcome post from the beginning, where now this is the pinned post. So whenever people come up, this is the first post they see. So this is the last post of the party night. And it is literally just a get caught up post. So that's how you end the party night. The next day, you can keep putting up your thank yous. I extended my parties an extra day because I find that if you give people one extra day to shop, then the people that couldn't make it Friday night or the party night, they can jump on. It gives the hostess an extra day to get the people that said they were going to come that didn't come to kind of interact. And it gives them a full day to do that rather than, all right, we're closing it the next day at 12. So I have mine up for an extra day. So what I did is I added in some posts about being a hostess. And this was the little hostess gift that I gave my girl. And then I put up my party was Wednesday. So I put this up Thursday morning. I put this up Thursday night, that shopping is still open. And then Friday morning was like when my party was fully closing out, like we were done. I did a last call for orders. And then you put up 15 minutes before you fully end your party, you put up the prizes from the adulting game. So if they folded the laundry the same day I washed it, they won a prize. If they wore a bra all day, then they became a hostess. So you reached out to them, and it's kind of in here. So if you won, get a prize, you get a mystery gift in the mail. If you want a party, let's get that on the calendar right away. So that person who got a party not only gets a prize, but they also get the hostess set, the hostess reward from you, kind of thing.
And with this, don't be alarmed if, like, I had somebody in mind that won the party and I immediately reached out to her and she just ghosted me. You're still going to have people that are like, oh, I don't want to do a party, but they also didn't read the directions the right way. And that's totally okay. It's just whatever.
Right. So then what you do at the very, very end is you go live. Jackie and I both kind of talked a little bit about how to put them on, how to get more nails out of so like in the application video, it shows you to file them off. We both talked about how, well, if you just break them with your nail and flop them, you get extra sets kind of thing. We did a little bit of tips, like taking your straightener and sealing it, but you go live and then you announce the grand prize giveaway winner from all of the entries throughout the party, and then you give that free mani to whoever. So you just jump on, you do a live video. This is the first time that they're actually seeing you other than your stylist post. It's the first time they're hearing your voice. And then this is how you end the party. And that's a wrap, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Thank you guys. I can see a lot of work went into organizing this, getting your post set up, figuring out all these things. But you know what? It's so organized. And yeah, I really appreciate it. Does anybody have any questions for Brianna or for Jackie?
Well, not really a question, but I sat in on the one on Thursday. I asked Bri, could I come in and be a part of it? And I didn't pretend like I was a stylist or anything. So feel free to. I'm sure that they would let anybody in to the party because it looks more fun if there's more people there. And so I kind of watched how it went, and those graphics were awesome, and your guys' interaction was awesome. So it was very helpful for me when I went through on Thursday just to kind of see how everything went. So just
I have one tonight, right? Today's Saturday. I have one tonight, but what I find is if we're not friends on Facebook, I can't invite you. So if we're not personal friends on Facebook, make sure you guys add me as a friend so I can add you as an invite to the party. And then yesterday, whatever night it was, Thursday night, Facebook was just being weird where I couldn't tag people that didn't say they were going to the event, but then my hostess clicked going and then I still couldn't tag her. So it was just very weird. But make sure that you say that you're going to the event so you get the notifications, you get the different, I'm getting you guys now. Just kind of another thing. And I think it's the same thing with the group. Like, make sure you get invited to those groups and stuff like that so that you can see it. And, oh my gosh, that's so cute.
On the upside, too, it never hurts. Like, we may or may not have rigged isn't the word, but strategically placed a few things or a few people to kind of manipulate the party and things like that. So with that adulting game, it's not something where it's like you click and randomly reveal the prize. If you know that someone's been engaged the entire time, sorry, my dog has this little pig. If you notice that people have been engaged in the entire time and they were want to play the game and you're like, she's going to be a great hostess, I could probably flip her into a stylist, make her win the party. She's going to be excited that she won something anyway. You totally have every right to do that. And then the other thing too is if you plant a stylist, one thing that I noticed Jen and I did with Brianna, because I got the question of the quota in my party, and we don't necessarily have a quota the way that some of the other companies do, where it's like you have to sell 10 of these a month. Like, we don't do that. But having us in there, especially for that Q&A session, we can drop in a question or two where people will be like, oh, that is a good question. My other friend does It Works and she has to do this. Or my friend does Pampered Chef and she has to do that. And that's annoying, but that's cool. And we answer their questions even though they didn't ask any. So it's always beneficial to plant some things in there.
Yeah. And it is, like Jen said, like, it does bring up your engagement. So it kind of gets more people, oh, this is cool. Like, and what's also really good is, like, my first party, I didn't get any questions. So then my next party, Jackie and Jen both dropped a question. So what I was able to do is I answered it for them, but then I copied my response and I put it in my notes so that if I got those questions again, it is literally a quick copy paste where I can answer them right away. So people feel like, oh, wow, she's really not hiding anything, because I'm not taking 10 minutes to kind of figure out my response. It's just right there. So any question that does come up, I recommend copying your response so that you have it readily available. Because there are some nights where our brains just don't work. And you're like thinking of 20 minutes later, you're trying to figure out how to word what you want to say. And then that's kind of where people are like, oh, well, it says that she's trying to be, oh my gosh, hold on.
She's so funny, I can't.
So I guess the moral of the story is you wanna partner up with somebody, and you wanna have somebody that's also a stylist in your Facebook classes with you,
Right.
in your Facebook parties with you if you possibly can. So if one of you guys wants to do this, make sure you ask and reach out, because one of us will definitely jump on a Facebook party with you and help ask questions, or at least prompt some things along and add gifts and add fun things where you just might get some more engagement. So we do see the benefit of doing things together as a team. And so if you need help, we're definitely there to help you. Does anybody have any last minute things? I want to stop the recording so it's not too long. Yeah, Robin, go ahead.
I want to say I have 2 things that have been going through my mind this entire time. One, I cannot believe you 2 have only been doing this for such a short time.
Right.
I'm so freaking glad you're on our team and not someone else's. Seriously, like the whole time, that's all I could think is like, oh my God, some of these people that have been doing this for years would not be able to explain it all as well as you did. And you guys did a great
Thank you.
job. Yeah, awesome. Blown away.
Safety drive.
And really quickly, let me just chime in, because it was just done on Facebook, you could be sitting anywhere to help out another team member. It's not like Zoom where we're all have to be somewhere where it's relatively quiet, or, maybe we have to worry about what we look like, whatever. Like just with the Facebook, like you could be doing anything. You could be sitting in your pool, or you could be walking your dog, or you could do whatever. So in that respect, I found that was pretty easy.
And I think too, I agree with you, Jen. I love the idea of, because we were talking about that. Like, I mean, realistically though, you could be sitting on vacation in Costa Rica, take 30 minutes, post your stuff, and you're done. And you could still be doing some quote unquote work, but in a place wherever you wanted to. I also, as you guys all know, I'm a live person. I love going live. And I thought about throughout that time when I would want to jump on live prior, just to be like, hey girls, I just want you to see my face, hear my voice. Because to me, if they saw your face and heard your voice, even prior to the, like maybe get to know your stylist, maybe you have a quick video that you've recorded already. And rather than just a post, that's another idea of just so people can hear you. Say, I'm so excited about this. This is what I love. And, and just do a quick 3-minute about you video. And we can even talk about that more, because I've been taking a training right now on how to do those videos and get the most impact out of like a 3-minute video. But we can talk about that on another time. But anyways, I really want to say thank you guys. It was organized. It was clear and concise. I can already tell we're going to have like some awesome planner that's going to be done for us, and we're going to be able to edit it.
And it's not going to get sent out until it's perfect. So just be patient.
Sister,
Two of us have very
we're all
OCD
good with sloppy.